3 reasons why everyone needs a coach. Welcome back, Legion. I want to talk to you guys about the importance of having a coach for your sports development. Now, I'm going to refer to a coach more as a strength and conditioning coach, as I understand there are obviously lots of different coaches. Obviously, skills coaches is the main one that you would probably refer to the most. But today, when I'm talking about a coach, I'm talking more about a strength and conditioning coach. And really, there's like 1 degree of freedom between the two, to be honest. It's more what they are coaching as opposed to how they coach. There's so many crossovers between coaching either skills or movements in the gym. It's basically the same. So the standard that you hold your skills coach to, you should also hold your strength and conditioning coach to. And it's something in the realm of strength and conditioning that a lot of coaches need to work on and become a lot better at. And really, at the end of the day, you are the one choosing your coach for most of the part, unless you're in a team setting. You don't always have a choice, but you can decide what you want from your coach. And it's important to choose someone that you work really well with. So, the first reason why everyone needs a coach is accountability. Accountability creates that consistency, and we know that consistency is a big key to long-term development and success. Now, accountability can go a little bit beyond just making you do the workouts. If anything, that relationship shouldn't really go like that at all. It should be more about helping you get the absolute most out of all your training sessions, so that you're not just going through the motions and you're maximizing every single training session. This, over a long term, accumulates better quality, and better quality leads to more success. It also includes your ability to, I guess, get things done that you might otherwise not get done. So for example, there's always a certain amount of things that you don't want to do, especially in a workout, but you need to do them. And that's where a coach comes in really handy. They can be the person that can help you do the things that you need to do, even though you don't want to. And then ideally, your coach can help you improve and get better at these movements. Say, for example, you don't really like chin-ups because you're not very good at them. Now, most of the time when people aren't good at things, they don't like to do them. And I totally agree with this. However, you can always improve and get better. All of a sudden, if you feel like you're getting better at chin-ups, you're going to start to like them. If you like them, you're going to be more likely to do them. The second reason is technique. Now, you're never going to have the perfect technique, anything that you do. Technique is about the pursuit of mastery. This is where we learn and grow. I'm very particular with the word pursuit, because ideally, we're actually never going to achieve mastery, because once we achieve mastery, we no longer continue to grow. Mastery is a lifetime event. We are constantly trying to get better and better at something. You will never completely master something, nor should you, because once you've mastered, you're going to stop growing and learning. So no matter how good you are at your back squats or your deadlifts or your bench presses, there's always something a coach can offer and help. These little tweaks. And it might even be little tweaks around certain contexts. So you might be tweaking because of the type of training that you're doing. You might be tweaking because of the type of phase of training that you're in, whether you're in season, pre-season, or off season. It might be a tweak or a modification around an injury. A coach can really help you make these smart modifications so you can still get the most out of your movements in the gym. Now, the third reason is support. Arguably, this is the most important thing a coach can offer to an athlete. Now, when I think about support, yes, obviously there is the physical support when you're right there one-on-one and you're working through a session. But every athlete, no matter what level, has so many external factors that can impact their sports performance. Things like family, relationships, work, social media, pressure, anxiety, and even fear of failure. There's obviously many things, but life can compound and really get on top. So you can also see your coach as a support network, and a really good coach becomes that support network. Now, this isn't necessarily a counseling session. That is a separate service again. Nor are all coaches qualified in that area. However, just being a nice person, you don't need any qualifications for. And really good coaches do have a way to be able to support and help the athlete through certain circumstances. And we can do this vicariously through training as well. Because sometimes exercise is a really good medicine in regards to getting over external things. And a good coach can help you put everything together and still allow you to continue your training, even though you might need to modify it. So they're the three main reasons. Now, when you're looking for a world-class coach, there's 6 things that you want to identify in your coach. The first thing is they should assess and collect data. This is obviously really important because the coach needs to know as much information about you as possible to make good, clear decisions. The second one is to understand you and your story. So it's important to identify your why. A good coach knows why you're doing what you're doing, and they also identify your priorities and your potential roadblocks. Number 3, they create an action plan. And this is more around your outcome goals. So what do you want to achieve? And then go from there, your long-term programming. So what does the plan look like over a long term? And then even broken down into its smaller pieces. A good coach then breaks this down further again and chooses one action to take at a time. We might have really big goals, like achieving the Olympics. This could be an 8-year goal. It's massive. It's too much to think about what 8 years' time looks like. Instead, they break it down into what is the first thing that we need to do in this grand scheme of things. The 5th is to observe and monitor what happens. So it's important to be there, either physically one-on-one or checking in with you as often as possible and watching what is happening with the programming and taking responsibility for what happens in the program. If you're not getting the outcomes from the program, it may not necessarily be because you're not doing it right. And if you are not doing it right, it is up to the coach to correct that. The last one is a good coach uses outcome-based decision making. So what does this mean? That means they use their data to make really good decisions to move forward. So ideally, we're looking at retesting and adjusting the plan. A plan should be written in pencil. It's never going to be concrete. And a good coach knows how to adjust when and at what time. So there you go. There's 6 of the strategies a really good coach should use and 3 reasons why everyone needs a good coach.